What's up? So I haven't done a video in a while, probably about 2 months since I put the one up about the crib, because I did finish the crib and we had our son on September 21st. So he's just gonna be 8 weeks old on Tuesday. Today is Sunday. So I wanted to come down here and put the first video up of the next project in the shop. It's a shop upgrade. Again, as anybody who has a wood shop knows, you're never finished. It's kind of like my wife with decorating. As much as I might get upset with her changing ceiling fans every 2 years, or lights, or vanities, I kind of do the same thing down here, and she's sure to let me know about it, so I can't complain. So currently I have, I'll take the camera down and show you, but I have 4-inch PVC running along this back wall. I have a run up here that goes to my overblade dust collection with the shark guard. And I have I think it's like a 30-some gallon metal trash can right now with a lid separator on it. I think it's like the Wood River, and it works. It works well. It makes sure all the big pieces and the majority of the dust do not make it into the dust collector, so the impeller doesn't get damaged. The problem is, once the dust gets about halfway, there's an elbow that's underneath the Wood River lid, and then it just the dust just bypasses and goes into the dust collector. Not a huge deal. I mean, that's what it's designed for. But then your filter gets dirty faster, and then with less surface area, you have less suction. So I wanted to upgrade. The Oneida Super Dust Deputy is proven. It's not that expensive, so that's what I went with. I went with the 4-inch version because that's what I have, and going to the 5 or 6-inch wouldn't have given me any benefit. So I didn't do that. Now, I did make a little minor error when I ordered this. I ordered the Super Dust Deputy Deluxe, I believe it's called, and it comes with like a cardboard-looking drum, a small one. And I didn't realize how small it was. It was tiny. It would have been emptied in every hour. So I set that back and ordered just this one. The difference is, if you get the one that comes with the drum, it doesn't have the mounting holes in it, and the flange here is shorter because it fits right inside the top of that drum and has a clamp. So I set that back and got this one, which is the diameter of the bottom of this is bigger, and it has the holes pre-drilled in it, and it's cheaper. That's one thing. So in order to install this, and I did this on a 55-gallon drum. My buddy owns an environmental company, so I went out in his yard, and he had a bunch of old drums stacked up that were all rusted, so he gave me one. And I just took it back to my shop, used my Milwaukee angle grinder with a wire wheel, got all the majority of the rust and loose stuff off, and then I brought it to work. I manage 2 repair shops, and one of them is a truck painting facility, and my painter just sprayed it black for me just so it would look good down here. No big deal. So long and short of it is, you just need to, I'm going to take this off right now. You need to cut a 14-inch, I believe it is, diameter hole in the top, which I'll just drill a couple holes, draw it out, and cut it with a jigsaw, and then drill the holes for the Super Dust Deputy on the lid. It comes with all your mounting hardware, and it also comes with a gasket. So I believe, I didn't read the directions yet, but I believe the gasket just goes right along the bottom, and then you put that on, bolt it down, so that it's airtight, and you're good to go. So it does come with this adapter that goes in the top, and it reduces it from probably 5 or 6-inch down to 4-inch. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a 45 on my pipe and have it shoot it up at a 45, and then go go in, up, and down onto this, and then I think going into the dust collector, I might just do flex, because I have a little bit. It's only going to be about a 4-foot run. I shouldn't lose too much. That's the plan for that. I did buy, if anyone's looking, I did buy a length of 4-inch hose when I ordered the Dust Deputy from Oneida, just because I needed this section. And I have to say, this is probably some of the better quality hose that I've worked with. I have a 4-inch piece there going to the table saw, and then I have the Dust Right hose. This hose is really rigid with the, it just, and it's got, looks like a brass wire is what's in this one. So if you're looking, I don't think it was cheap, but it's good quality. So, and then I'll take this down and show you what I'm working with. All right, so it's terminated down here. I have a Y and then a cap, because what I do right there is I plug in that adapter. It's a 4-inch to whatever that is, I forget. And then I can use my Bosch hose, which works with Festool, so I didn't have to buy the Festool hose. I have a video on that if you want to check it out. It'll save you a ton of money on Festool stuff. This also works on my DeWalt sander and a plethora of other tools. So I have my Dust Right hose there. I use this for, like, if I'm hooking up to my planer, which I roll over, or the bandsaw, which this was just sitting on. Anyway, there's my 4-inch. It goes, runs all the way underneath. And then there's a Y in there, and it goes to, that's a Big Gulp, I think it's called. Because I have a two holes cut up underneath the miter saw for the dust collection there. Right there, I have two. Usually I'll put a piece of wood over one of those just so that, because the suction really increases if you have one hole, but when I'm cleaning it out, it's easier to have two. So there's that. One thing I did, I made this whole area smaller. So to improve the dust collection, I boxed in up here to get rid of that. And then I just put 2 pieces of plywood back there that are cut a 45 in the back, just to direct the dust where it needs to go. It helps. Then it's turned. I have another T there because that used to go to a second hose to the back of the miter saw, a small, like a 1.5-inch hose, I think, or 2-inch, whatever. But it didn't seem to do all that much, so I took it off. And I could also use this if I want to go to my sander in the future, not sure. And also, I think when I had my bandsaw here, I used that. There's another connection there. This goes to the router table, and there's a fitting back there that splits it. So, and I put a blast gate here so I can shut off that side of the shop. Like, say something started to leak a little bit in the future, I can just shut that down and don't have to worry about any air leaking through the blast gate, and it'll increase the suction here. And there's the pipe for the overarm, and then that's my blast gate I made because I figured you have to make at least one just so you know how they work, and then I could buy the rest, which is what I did. 4-inch runs through here, that goes to the table saw. Then this is another one I use for cleaning this end of the shop, and also for the jointer if I'm running that, or the drum sander if it's over here. Basically, I have two of the Dust Right hoses so that I can clean the whole shop. Sorry, wife cut my hair the other day, I haven't cleaned up yet. And then over here is my current little setup. So that's about a 35-gallon trash can, and then that goes over here. And as you can see, there is some dust in the bottom there. And this filter's cleanable. So that's what we're gonna update. See if I can open this with one hand. I'll just give you a peek of what's set up. So see how that's actually pretty full. There's the elbow, and then there's no elbow there. And the problem is that once it gets, this one is actually really full, more than normal. I'll fix it later. It goes through. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove that. I'm going to remove that fitting, and then I'm going to continue the 4-inch probably to about here because I have my wood storage above. And then, move this out of the way. Everything is on wheels. Make sure you do that if you're just starting out. So we're going to have that come to about here. We're going to take the 55-gallon drum and Super Dust Deputy, and that's probably going to sit in this area. And then the dust collector, I'm not sure yet, maybe like here. So this storage area for that's just crap wood mostly if I'm building a jig, or if I need something to hold something, or for practice pieces. I take it out of that drum. Now, originally when I had my Dust Deputy, my little one for my shop vac, I was using this container as my dust collection with the little one, which was cool because it's huge. When you're using the smaller ones, you don't go through as much dust usually. It's a weird sign I was making a while ago. It wasn't my design. That was a practice, and it turned out we ended up not doing the sign, so that's what that is. So all this will be moved. I come from an Italian family, so you have to have your second kitchen downstairs, which, as you can see, has got a little dirty. I'm gonna have to clean that up. I think the wife's yelling at the dog upstairs. I'm gonna move all this over. So not quite sure how that's gonna go, but that's the plan for the dust collection upgrade. So this is gonna be the first video, just an introduction of what I'm doing. The way this lid's held on, if you haven't seen one, it's just this. It's like a band, and then a bolt. I have a bolt in my desk at work that I had to bring the slides through, and it threads into there. You can just put a ratchet to tighten it and loosen it, or I just use my battery powered battery powered driver. Really easy. I'm thinking, I don't know, I might make some wheels for this so I can wheel it over. You know, my door to go outside, my stairs is right there, so I could wheel it over and then carry it up. Haven't got that far yet, but that's the plan for the 4-inch Super Dust Deputy. I wanted to do a video because all the videos on are usually not the 4-inch version alone. It usually has like bigger hose connections. So I wanted to do a video on this one so anyone who's in my situation searching can find, a 4-inch version set up. So this is video 1. Video 2, I'll start taking this apart and moving stuff around so everyone can see step by step how what fittings I use and all that stuff. All right, so have a good one.